riding along on one of those ice raids, as we saw there in Chicago, was Dr. Phil McGraw, the TV host embedded with U.S. immigration enforcement officers during an operation in Chicago on Sunday, defending President Donald Trump's deportation effort. Here's a clip of one of those arrests carried out with the Trump administration border czar Tom Homan.
I'm not the center. I'm going to talk about lawyer.
Yeah.
I ain't got to say nothing. Let me talk to my lawyer. All right. I didn't know that they get a lawyer. You know, if you're not a citizen of this country, is that a thing? The nonchalant attitude right off the bat. And Dr. Phil, Dr. Phil, what is he doing out there, man?
Citizen?
My mom's a citizen.
Your mother's a citizen?
Yes.
But you're not?
Nope.
But you've never been deported before?
You're Dr. Phil. You're Dr. Phil.
Yeah? How do you know me?
No, I seen Dr. Phil, you know, on TV.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is an example of sanctuary cities, right? We got an illegal alien convicted of sex crimes involving children. He's walking the streets of Chicago. Again, the downfall.
Crimes against children, but walking through communities with children who play outside and undocumented migrants living in the community. You know, I there's no way that I could have my children living somewhere and there's a bunch of people living there, some convicted of crimes, even crimes where they towards children. I have a question for you guys. Is this journalism for Dr. Phil, or is this, a clout chase? Well, I think all journalism to a degree has to be clout chasing. But I, for one, like that Dr. Phil's out there and doing what he does. You know, he is, I think it's a form of journalism. You guys let me know what you think. But I am surprised at his nonchalant, let me speak to my lawyer bro attitude, just very nonchalant. I have met people that have crossed the border before. I have a friend who told me he crossed the border quite a few times. He's a citizen now, but when he was younger, he told me the story of how him and his parents crossed the border to this country. Really good dude or whatnot. So I have a degree of empathy for a lot of these people. Not all these people are bad people, and there will be a lot of families torn apart due to this, but there has to be some sort of order and a procedure to protect the citizens of the United States, in my opinion. All right. You guys can let me know how you feel about this. I'm a big component of, if you're going to say you don't like something, then offer a solution versus just how you feel about it. And, this takes someone to make a tough decision, a tough solution, a tough decision to fix a really, really complicated problem in terms of all these people who have been here for a really long time, some for well over a decade. And this is now, in their minds, their home, and but if you crossed here illegally, you had to know that at some point, if you didn't go get your paperwork, if you didn't get things in order, that you are at risk and that you put your family at risk. So, and, I look at that as that's your responsibility. Because you can't have things like this. You can't have undocumented people walking through a community where children are outside playing, and you got predators out there that are not even citizens of this country. So, but Dr. Phil, for some reason in this video, he's tripping me out because, he's out there on the ground. Say what you want. He's out there.
The problem with a sanctuary city, that people like us walking the street rather than local law enforcement working with federal agents, this is what we're dealing with. Yeah. You've been charged with sex crimes with children?
Not really.
Not really?
Not
All right,
really.
and with that, Dr. Phil McGraw joins Top Story once again. He's the host of Dr. Phil, Primetime on Merit TV. Dr. Phil, it's great to see you again. So, Dr. Phil, I'm going to ask you this very plainly, right? Everyone knows who you are. You're a psychologist, Hall of Fame broadcaster, you're a celebrity. What exactly were you doing there this weekend on those raids?
Well, Tom, thanks for having me again. It's good to see you again. This is something that I deal with what people are interested in and how it's impacting their lives. And our viewing audience is very interested in these immigration laws and what's happening. It was one of the top issues on people's minds culturally and what's impacting their family. And we talk about the things that people are interested in on Merit TV. And what we want to do is show them with full transparency what's actually happening. And, you know, there's been a lot of talk out there about sweeping through neighborhoods, just picking up people indiscriminately. And I wanted to see if that was happening. Part of my embedding within this group was to ask Tom Homan hard questions. I asked him, are you just sweeping through neighborhoods and picking up people that are here illegally? And he said, no, that's not our intention. We have our plan right now is worst first. We're going after those that have the worst criminal records first. And this is a surgical, tactical plan to go in and get those people. And
the fact that there is a large demographic of people living in this country, and this is just one person, and to my understanding, there's been millions of people that have crossed the border. This is just one person. There's just been a couple of thousand people that have been picked up so far at the time that we're recording this video. But the fact that people were okay with this blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. You know, I have a heart just like anyone else when it comes to people wanting to get here. And I think that there should be a more speedy process to get migrants or people that want to enter this country and become citizens. That the process should be a bit better than what it was. But for people to just be able to walk through, and it's not just Mexican people, you know, you see Haitians, a lot of Asians. Okay, I want to see, are they going to be rounding up the Asians as well, or the worst first? Well, from my understanding, Asians are not known to be, you know, committing crazy crimes like that I know of, or at least if they are committing crimes, they're not obvious about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue, you know.
Sanctuary cities are not letting them know when they have these people in custody so they can come to the jail and pick them up. And what's happening with sanctuary cities is they're creating that which they want the least, and that is they're causing these agents, as Gabe was talking about, to go into the communities and arrest these people on the job or in their neighborhoods. And when they go in to get someone that's a violent criminal, whoever's with them, they're going to find out who those people are, and they may wind up arresting them as well, because when they run into someone that is in the country illegally, they are going to detain them and move them for deportation. That's not going to happen if they'll let them know when these people are in jail and being released back into the community.
Yeah.
Pick them up right there.
Dr. Phil, from what you saw, were these...
I think that this is just great journalism. I know Dr. Phil is getting a lot of hate for it, but name a lot of other big profile celebrities who are out here putting themselves out there and doing this at his age. I, for one, I like it. You may not. You guys let me know in the comments section, as we are more sensitive now. Oh, he's just doing this. He's just clout chasing. That's what journalism, you know, they're chasing the story, and they're finding out what their audience wants to see, you know, and it's rare to see it now. You haven't been getting that from CNN for a long time. Released back into the community.
Yeah.
Picked them up right there.
Dr. Phil, from what you saw, were these undocumented immigrants being treated humanely?
Absolutely. I was there at 4 a.m. when they had the debriefing. This was a multi-agency meeting with ICE, DEA, ATF, FBI, U.S. Marshals, and their number one concern was the safety of their agents, of all the people in the community, and of the people that they were targeting. Even though they're criminals, they were very concerned with their safety and getting them detained out of the community and into custody safely. They said, let's make sure everybody gets home safely today.
Dr. Phil, so you heard Gabe's reporting there, my conversation with him. Of the, nearly 1,200 people arrested on Sunday, nearly half of those people weren't considered people with criminal records, right? Their offense was that they were here illegally. You just said you were told the worst first. It appears, at least on this day, that's not exactly what happened. Again, as Gabe pointed out, it's very complex. But does it sow doubt now with Americans and maybe with the world that it is going to be a roundup? It's not just the worst first. It's whoever they can grab. Is that your sense?
Absolutely not. But let me tell you, there is.
Isn't illegal just illegal? What difference does it make? I get the priority, but you know what I mean? I don't understand what the purpose behind the question is. I mean, like he asked the question as though he's saying, you know, should they leave those people alone since they're not committing any crimes? Well, isn't the term illegal? You know, like if they're here illegally, you know, they're not paying taxes and they're being covered by American citizens and they cross the border, it's still illegal.
Sense?
Absolutely not. But let me tell you, they're in the country illegally. And Tom Homan's intention is if you're in the country illegally, you need to self-deport.
Right.
Because if they catch you in the country illegally, you could be barred for coming back into the country for a number of years. And if they're forced into the community to arrest these people, they are going to check everyone that's with them at the time. And that's going to mean more people are arrested sooner and taken out of the country before they.
See, this is just a case. It's just common sense. It's counterproductive to say, oh, you know, because you're all here illegally. All right. You're all here illegally. But because you commit crimes, we're going to take you and we're going to leave y'all here. And then later on, we're going to come back and figure out what's going on with y'all. All right. That doesn't make any sense. You know, you would take everybody. I just don't get a lot of this. I'm going to link the original video in the comment section below. I'm curious to know, what do you guys think about this situation? I know it's a really tough situation that's going on now. A lot of people have friends. Like I said, I have a friend who, you know, he's a citizen now, though he did do it the right way. But, you know, most of them, I would bet that most of them are good people, you know, that have crossed the border and they're just looking for a better life. And that's the heartbreaking thing. You know, that's the heartbreaking thing about it. But, you know, it's a tough decision, but somebody has to make it, and you have to put, you know, American citizens first, especially when you got people like this walking around in the communities where children are. That's just my take on it. You know, let me know where I'm wrong in the comments section. Like the video. If you like the video, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I appreciate you guys for watching.